So a couple of weeks ago, I was going through a thread on, I think it was on Facebook, I want to say, or maybe it was on YouTube, but I found a couple of questions, and there were people asking how they can work at Rolls-Royce, or how they can work at Lockheed Martin, or how can I work at this company? How can I work at another company? How can I get a job here? How can I get a job there? So I figured, you know what? Maybe people don't know how to figure out how they can get a job at a certain company. I'm not sure if they mean what they need to do, who they need to contact, or what requirements or what kind of skills they need to pick up in order to work at certain companies. So the approach that I'm going to take here is going to be the approach of what you need to do when it comes to meeting certain requirements. What are the requirements that you need to meet in order to work at a certain company, and how you can apply, what you need to do. Because when it really comes to the question of what you need to do, there's a lot of things that you need to do in order to work for a certain company. One of them is actually, if you are in a school that holds a career fair and the company goes to the career fairs, obviously to talk to the recruiters of such company at the career fair, or who knows, maybe even contact the company independently from the school and doing on your own. So there's a lot of things that you need to do if you really want to work at a certain company. However, the approach that I'm going to take here, it's going to be a little different. And here I'm going to help you figure out what are the requirements that you need to meet in order to work at a certain company, whether it is an internship or a co-op or a full-time entry-level position. So it's going to be very simple, guys, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is obviously, so let's say you want to work at Rolls-Royce. You're like, oh my God, I want to work at Rolls-Royce. I really like the work they do. I either want to be an intern, I want to get a co-op, I want to do anything. I'll go shadow people. So here's a way to figure out what requirements you need to meet in order to work at Rolls-Royce. So for instance, we're going to go to the screen here, and I am going to look up Rolls-Royce Aviation, because there are two sides to the equation, right? We have Rolls-Royce cars, and then we also have civil aerospace, Rolls-Royce. And here, when you get to the website, my internet's a little slow, but once you get to the website, then you want to go to careers. So let's go to careers, and you can see here on the screen. And when you go to careers, then they're going to give you the options they have when it comes to the different positions. And then you're going to go to apply, because you want to look for a position that you want to fit in, right? And it says, discover roles across the career levels in all countries for vacancies and blah, blah. So then you pick here what you want to do, whether you want to do an apprenticeship in a school leaver, like for example, a trade school. That's a great one, actually. Young professionals, perhaps you are just graduated, and then you're going to go to, oh, right here, internships to graduates right here, actually. The other one was for people that has a couple of years of experience on the field. And here's where you're actually going to figure out, here's where the process starts on what you need to do, what are the requirements that you need to meet in order to work at a certain company. In this case, it's obviously Rolls-Royce. However, you can use this same method when you go to any other company out there. So for example, if I were an engineering student in third junior year and I want to work at Rolls-Royce, I go to the company, I go to the career section, and I obviously go to apply and go to United States of America, because that's where I am. And here's where you go. Let's say that you want to do a co-op, an engineering co-op in Indianapolis. And here's where you see the job description. What are you going to be doing? Okay. This is the program, like what they do, and what you'll do. The project you undertake will vary depending on the business need. So basically they're going to fit you whatever they need to fit you, and relevant to all these fields. All right, so here's where it comes. Here's the tricky part. Here's what you really need to pay attention to right here. What you'll need. Other companies label this part as requirements or what you need to meet. And here's what they tell you. We want great communication skills developed through well-rounded life experience, blah, blah, blah. Academically, socially, in previous work situations. Yeah, whatever. And here it says you'll be working towards a degree in an engineering-based major with a cumulative GPA of a 3.0. Guys, if you have been part of the channel here, I've told you before that how important your GPA is when you're in the school, and at least for your first job after graduation, how you want to keep your GPA above a 3.0. So that's just gonna make it a lot easier for you to be eligible. It's not gonna shut the doors to so many companies. So it says engineer-based major with a cumulative 3.0 GPA and graduate in between the years of 2023 and 2025. And then flexibility is important, so you could base it any other sites, blah, blah. And then it tells you right here. So for this position, the main takeaways is that you have to have a 3.0 GPA. You have to be graduating between 2023 and 2025. And then you also must be a US citizen. So those are the main requirements that you need. So now what you're going to do, obviously, you want to take a look at your own situation and see whether or not you meet these requirements. Now, if you want to work at Lockheed Martin, let's just go to that website just for the hell of it. Lockheed Martin. So the same thing you're gonna do right here. You're gonna go to Lockheed Martin, and no thanks. And then we're gonna go to careers, same thing. And then we're gonna go to let's see, college students right here. They even have a section. Most companies, I want to say that they have a section. If they're large enough companies that offer services or positions to students, graduates for internships or co-ops, I want to say that they're going to have a section that says college students and or students, whatever. And then you're going to go to engineering because obviously you are an engineer. And then here you have, if you're an entry-level engineer, an experienced engineer, college student with an intern, membership will offer you access to. Okay, engineering insights, blah, blah. And where is the internship? Right here. It says right here, explore internship and job opportunities at Lockheed Martin. So here is where you're going to be looking for whatever position you want to, and this is how you are kind of like walking backwards. You're starting with the end in mind. It's kind of like a reverse engineering your way into a company, right? Because you want to know what requirements you have to meet, and then based on where you are now, you can drive towards meeting those requirements. For example, if you have a 2.9 GPA and you need a 3.0, then what you want to do is obviously you want to meet that. So you want to you want to put a little bit more effort next semester so you can get to a 3.0, and then you can go there and apply. Now, I must say that when you go to these big companies, it's a lot more competitive because of the reputation they have, the prestige, and so there's going to be a lot more students working to work for these companies. So let's finish up the job here, and then let's say I am an engineer, and actually right here, if we go to the side and then it says experience level, I already have marked co-op, so we're just gonna go to co-op, and then here we have different co-ops for, let's just go to one of them, and here it's gonna tell us exactly what we need to do, what we need to meet. And guys, I talked about this before, but whenever you want to find a recruiter or you want to contact a recruiter, make sure you also send them the job ID on your cover letter. I actually made a video about contacting a recruiter, so make sure you check out that video. I'm going to put it on the screen right now or in the description here. And it says right here, basic qualifications. So these are the things that you want to pay attention to right here. This is what they're basically telling you. This is what you need to have in order for you to be eligible. Bachelor's of Science in Systems Engineering, Electrical, Computer Science, Mathematics, Physics or equivalent. Strong communication skills, verbal leadership, blah, blah. Proficiency using knowledge, Linus. Okay, so these are programming languages, obviously. And they don't mention anything about a GPA, it seems like. Let's see. This is a part-time opportunity. Any GPA? Great. So nothing. No mention of a GPA. So maybe you can get away with having a kind of like a crappy GPA below 3.0 and then apply. But guys, the point that I'm making in this video is just teaching you how you can find the requirements that many companies have. You can follow the same process, go to their website, go to their careers and find a section for students, and then look at the requirements. And basically, once you look at the requirements, those are going to become your goals if you are working towards them, if you want to work for a certain company. Now, there's of course, many other things that you need to do, such as like contacting the recruiter or finding out who the recruiter is. If you're on LinkedIn, maybe you can find the recruiter on LinkedIn and contact them with a specific job ID from this posting and tell them, hey, I'm interested in this position. Here's what it is. Here's the value that I bring to the table, and things like that. So there's a lot of resources that you can look for in my channel that I've made for this specific situations. And so if you are interested in any of those, go browse to my channel. I'm also gonna put some relevant videos in the description here. And if you have any other questions, obviously you can drop them in the comments below, or you can contact me through Instagram. My contact info is in the description. So with all that being said, guys, if you find this video useful or valuable in any way, make sure you drop me a like. Okay, just give me a like right now. All right, now that I'm done begging for likes, then consider subscribing now. And with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Peace.